Welcome. I haven't done a video in a while. Um, I've been on break for like 3 weeks, and I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2. Um, I am aware of the bug reports for Visual Studio Code's CircuitPython extension, um, and I know where some of the problems is, but I have to build a Windows test virtual machine to test some of the stuff out. Um, I haven't done any electronics because just I need to be in the mood to do it, and I haven't been. In fact, I have an Adafruit box up aside that I haven't opened up. So, with much ado, that's all the preliminary stuff. This is why I haven't posted anything. Um, but I thought I'd do a Guild Wars 2 tips and tricks type thing. It's not necessarily getting started. It's more of little gotchas that you can hit and you don't know why, and I thought I'd do some. I've watched other people's videos and they just gloss over a bunch of this stuff. So I'm going to do a much more detailed thing. So I've been playing since 2012 technically, and you can see all the characters I have. What we're going to do is I want another character for another reason. I don't know yet, but we're going to create one. So I have 5 extra character slots. So we can do chars, these big cat-like guys. We can do uh, humans, classical. I like Norns. They're quite nice. Um, this is the tree people, but in my case, I'm doing this one because I happen to like this race the best. So first off, you pick male or female. I tend to pick females because I don't like the male models. So one thing I don't have in this class yet, sorry, in this race, is a warrior. And definitely not the Mickey Mouse hairdo. We'll get to that in a sec. So let's make it relatively bigger person. Physique. Yeah, sure, why not? That's a bit better. Skin markings. It's hard to tell unless you hide the armor. And be warned, if the skin is the same color as the markings, you're not going to see it. So you have to do that. Like you have to say, and then go do mark things. Nah, nah, no, uh-uh. Yeah, sure, why not? And then you go head options, and as you get the hairdos, that's the Mickey Mouse. This is what she's on. The accessory color only shows up if you have the accessory, i.e., that thing on the back of her head. Yeah, that looks like a good hairdo. But I don't like the hair color. Now, one thing you notice, there are little tiny arrows here. There are more colors. So you can say that, or you can say this, orange hair, grays, light pink, white ice, silver. Nah, it's too close to her skin color. I've got enough white-haired ones. Let's do a darker-haired one this time. Red, campfire. It's a little lighter. Let's do orange. And her accessory, instead of making it purple, I don't know. Let's make it winter sky. Then let's do face and skin. This is really her look. So look at her head. Oh, she looks so happy. She looks grungy. Lippy. Angry. And you can go like this. Another screen's worth. Yeah, that one. Let's do that one. Ears. Actually, ears are pretty good. Um, let's do face details. So eye color. Actually, that's not a bad eye color. And again, you can go, you know, do all different sorts of eye colors. Nose. Actually, I don't mind the nose. Um, let's do a wider mouth. And let's make her like that. Chin. That's fine. Head size. Let's make it a little bigger because I made her body bigger. Armor dies. Now this is what happens when you have default armor. This is the color scheme it'll come up with. So what do we want to do? Green for a baseline? Or an orchard? I don't like that color. Salmon? Nah. Antique gold? No. Glory? So if we do glory and let's say T, nah, that's sleeves. Let's do gory and it's slightly darker. Yeah, let's go. I have to remember from the right it's 3, 1, 2. So 3, 1, 2. Again, 3, 1. And then for boots, 3, 1, 2. It's not bad. Yeah, why not? Okay, next. Now, this just determines story style and stuff like this. So, helmet wise, this changes to that. Or you do this. I think I'll do that. You still get a helmet, it's just that it's not the emphasis. So, charm, dignity, or ferocity. We'll do ferocity. Now, this is the 3 lab. So, everything is in threes in this game. Um, you'll notice this. So really what happens here is the type of lab. So synergetics is really study energy patterns and crap fractal problem. Blah, blah, blah. Or you can do dynamics, which is gizmo making, but they don't care if it blows up. Or you do statistics, which is built to last. Let's do dynamics. Okay, my first invention was Val Golem, Atmosphere, or the Infinity Ball. This kind of determines storylines and your SNAF award. We'll get to that in a sec. I think I will do the weather device. Now, this determines kind of like the head of your crew, and that's not crew CREW, that's KREWE. So, Bronk is firepower, magic, and this one is redundancies, and this one is I think I'll do Bronk. And then this is where you name. You have to have a minimum of certain names, and they have. But I happen to have a spreadsheet, so I'm going to my spreadsheet here to find a name. And I'm going to fill in the spreadsheet. You don't see it, but Zora and Warrior. And that makes 8 Azurias and 2 Warriors. There we go. Okay, so Now I'm gonna speed through cutscenes and
I
stuff
am
like that
Asura.
because
I
that's not what I'm actually here for. If you're very first starting the game, you want to play the cutscenes and stuff to get a feel for the storyline. Okay, first thing happens for the character, brand new out of the box, is you get a couple of freebies in the thing. So I'll take it. Now, one of the thing they don't give you, I think they give you like one or two shared slots or something like that. Might be a little more. I can't tell anymore because things like shared slots are
Check,
across
check,
the
and
board.
recheck.
So you
That's
see
what I
here,
always tell them.
and you see here, this is your shared slots, the first one, and the second one is your default first backpack. But you can have one, two, three, four more. Okay. Now for our character, I am going to go first of all to the trading post. Oh, we might. Ooh, trading post is sluggish today. So if we go to upgrades,
This is what comes from sloppy craftsmanship.
This would never have happened back in my day.
wow, it is extremely sluggish. I don't know what they do with that, how the interface works. I know on Latro, it's a mini browser that does all this. And if you tweak a certain couple of settings, all of a sudden the whole thing works faster.
Impossible. There must be a glitch in the system.
But it's acting real slow at the moment. I guess I'm going to have to skip it for a moment. Now, I do have in my inventory up here, because I got it from uh, birthdays and celebrations and expansions and other stuff that I bought. And that is level 3 boosters. But you can't use them until you complete the initial storyline. And you can tell you have the initial storyline because you can see on the minimap all this
Check
orange
and
around
recheck.
this.
That's
You have
why
to
you
complete
there.
this.
Get
And you
over here
go
and
to these
fix this.
green item guys like this. And you say, yeah, uh-huh, okay, you broke a bunch of robots. So our job is to go and beat on robots.
befoul this locale no more.
So we need to meet up with a certain peacemaker over here. We just have to complete this mini thing, then I can get to the real
Nothing
stuff.
to see here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So these are the one-to-one cutscenes.
It's pure.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So there's a portal up where I'm going and to the right. And there's going to be a bunch of golems that are in our way. So we trunk around. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you going to bug me? No, they're all heading for the portal.
Befoul this locale no more.
Now, one thing I swear, in the years I've played, I keep hitting the 1 key when I don't really need to. You can hit it once and,
Defensive protocols suspended.
oh, I'm a little late.
Error. Activation sequence aborted.
Usually I arrive in time for this to start.
Don't mess with the inquest.
Error. Activation sequence aborted. Error. Activation sequence aborted.
If you're wondering about the pop-up on the side on the left, it's an add-on.
Error. Activation
You're looking a little
Think
wobbly,
you've
dear.
won?
Did that
Here,
scramble your
I've
brain?
invited another guest to your
So,
birthday party.
in the mini story, this
Looks
this
like
is
the
all
guest of
very
honor has
easy to do.
arrived.
You won't get killed.
Let's take it down.
This is just to give you practice at combat. But you will get knocked around a bit.
You're looking a little wobbly, dear. Did that scramble your brainwaves?
See, like that.
Still alive? Be a dear and just die.
You
already,
can
won't
heal.
you?
6 key will heal you right here.
Is that all you got? I've made sturdier golems in my sleep. Yeah, scratch
Here we
one
go.
cubist golem.
Fine. We'll be back. Let's see how you like it when someone kills your masterpiece.
Okay, now we're actually in it. So,
Hey, it's you again. I see you survived with your epidermis intact.
mini story usually completes. You get some awards. You get a real sword, which isn't really a real sword. As far as the game's concerned, it's a real sword, but it's pretty wimpy still. And these are all the things that you get and going to get in the future. So it tells you next level here down at the bottom. So now let's try the black market again. Maybe it'll behave itself this time. Wow, it's still really sluggish. Now in this game, if you have 100 gold, for example, and you spent a lot of time getting it, that is like the equivalent in, oh, I don't know, ESO of having 1,000,000 gold. The money's a lot more stringier in here. So you're going to find things in the auction block. A lot of it is just sold at silver pieces, copper pieces, because that's the trend. So I wouldn't worry too much about, well, why don't I have 1,000 gold, 10,000 gold? You're just not going to get it.
I've got the first problem. Blaze contamination.
Let's
How do we
see.
clean up after a spill of magical energy? Easy. We create negative field
No,
golems
still not,
that soak up spilled
cooperating.
magic and then transport themselves to disposal sites.
Maybe if I get out of this zone, it'll help.
That won't work. Instead, we use ionomasticators that render the magic inert. Really?
So up in the corner, you have what they call hearts. And when you look at a map with the M key, you're going to see hearts, waypoints, points of interest, achievements, and of course, vistas. If you complete this set here for this map, for example, right, you will get some XP, you'll get some stuff out of it the very first time you do it. Now, some of the stuff is across accounts. So if a character does a zone for the very first time that no other character has done, they're going to get bonus stuff. But if they've all done it, so I've had so many characters do this particular zone, I just get the XP for it. There's very little I get out of it, right? But it's still worth doing, getting all the waypoints. And you can see on the map here, this is a vista. This is a viewpoint, right? This guy here, be careful of these things. These are mastery points, and they're account-wide. But this particular mastery point here is only visible if you do another piece of the storyline and another set of things. Now you're going to find on the map, I don't have enough of it visible yet. Ah, there it is. This is a hero point. This is an achievement. This is this guy right here. Now, notice every time I cursor over this, up here, the screen flashes. It's a good way of finding where things are, but don't zoom too far out, because if you do that,
I know these
certain
so
ones
often
won't be
realize
visible.
that all things have
You need to
purpose,
be
but I
zoomed in
fail to
just
see
enough to
all
see everything.
things,
See how...
such as our
And
esteemed
the other thing
synergism
too,
colleague.
this will trigger
Quite
this,
so.
the scouts, but the scouts one doesn't have a setting in here, but it does count toward certain visibility. So if you're seeing this flash for some reason and you're going, oh, I don't want to see it,
Target
visit
located.
these guys,
Stand by for
trigger them,
message.
and then get out of it right away so that they
Wonderful.
Dear
are
Strength,
consumed,
you
so
are
to speak.
Howard, I know it's
My
you
tolerance of
who
evil is too
stole
low.
the Destrosphere from my lab. You cannot thieve your way to success.
Embrace
Return it
simplicity.
post haste.
Those
Give
voices
my
you're
regards
hearing
to your
are
dog, X99.
the golems, aka the
How
robots.
very impugned with
So this is a
lies.
very
Should throttle it.
robot,
Tell
mechanical,
X99.
magic-oriented race.
Reply sent.
They build
Zack
everything
Jackal.
like this. The Azura
How dare he
gates,
impugn me with lies.
everything is done.
I should throttle him.
So
Well,
let's get out of
X99
map.
Returns. Regards.
Okay. Now I wasn't planning to level a character through here. So what I want to do is actually boost this character to 80 right away. And that's what we're going to do. So if I go up here and I say use. So first of all, these level 80 boosts, they used to be they did it right away. Now what they do is they put you in a trial for it so you can test it out before you commit to it. So we begin the trial. Yes. And they'll send us to a level 80 zone, the Silver Wastes. Takes a few moments to zone in. So then you get your cutscene the very first time you hit a zone. It kind of scrolls over it and does things like this, blah, 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 blah. So now you can ask the guy here, the hero guy, this guy, basic questions. You know, do I have to save? Do I have to set my build? I have other questions, right? If you actually go here, put your cursor outside so that you're not in that dialogue and hit the H key. When you hit the H key, you're going to see you're now equipped with a set of stock gear and stock weapons. So you see he has a ranged weapon and looks like they gave him an axe. I don't know why they would give a warrior an axe. I would think they would give him a sword, but hey, that could be random. And you get all this starter stuff, including a relic. Okay. So let's look at this screen a little bit. First of all, if you don't want to see her helm, there we go. Although her helm's not bad. Okay? These are all the attributes, the stats. Luck. Right? Now, it takes out of your equipment the stuff you kind of earn. So, as a starter character, you got this ring, which is garbage. And you got this sword, which is equally garbage. Now, the thing about these things, you can sell that one. See, it says Soulbound 3 copper. This is a destroyable. You cannot do anything with it. You cannot retrieve parts out of it. You cannot do anything. It's garbage. And you're going to encounter this often. You can have more than one equipment layout. So let's say you have number 2, and you put in a different set of equipment. So let's say you have a different type of armor with different stats, whatever. You can do that. Right? And you can swap between them. And the way that works is down here, where the swap weapons is, there's a little arrow there right above it. If you hit it, you get the equipment up profiles, and you get the build profiles. So by default, they give you 2 equipment profiles, and they give you 3 build profiles. Now, build profiles, as you can see, is auto-filled because of the hero choice. Sorry, the level 80 boost. But you can change this. So if you go down to training, by default they've given you all this. You've learned it all. Now, what you're seeing on the build tree is strength, defense, tactics. If we look at training, strength, defense, tactics. But you could change one. You could go to another build and say, I want strength, arms, and discipline. And that will change things down here. Usually on this side. This will change based on the weapons you put on, and this will change based on what your training is. Now, this is the masteries tree. This is your achievements tree. There are achievements for everything under the block. The classical ones, slay so many monsters, but there are other weirder ones in here. There's one called Diving Master, for example. And you'll find in the world at high points on land a pair of goggles sitting on the ground, diving goggles. And you're wondering, what the heck are those for? Well, the idea is you put them on and you dive into the water. If you survive, you get an achievement. So we see all this. So you can see on this, I don't really have any other questions, so I'll close him. Now, I don't plan to stay here. But I want to do one thing. And this will demonstrate the thing that will drive you nuts and probably send you off onto a drinking binge. And that is Guild War 2's jumping puzzles. So you see up there, this thing up here, that's a vista. We want to get a vista. So you climb this ramp, you climb the stairs, you climb this, and you climb this, and you're going, how the hell do I get up there? Well, for this one, now when you jump on things, there is an area, a forgiveness zone to each side of this bar. So if I go a little bit forward, see how I look like I'm hanging in midair? I'm not. That's the forgiveness area. So you go a little too far, you'll fall off. Now, there are two ways to move in this game. Left and right mouse button, i.e. right does the camera, left does the moving combination, right? So you can hold just the right and rotate the camera. But if you hold the left down, you'll move forward and rotate the camera. Problem is, it sometimes gets in the way of jumping puzzles. The other way to move forward is the W key. And sometimes you have to do keys. So when I jumped up onto this bar, for example, I hit the space bar for a moment and then hit the W key. Right away after, like split second after, to get up here. So what I'm after here, is to get on this edge so that I can get up there. Now you saw that thing that popped out for a moment and disappeared? That is number 2 annoying thing to get into here. It can save your life, but it also gets in the way of frickin' jump puzzles. It's called the glider. So I got up here. So I can now say view. And what it'll give a little movie. And you'll get to see the area. I'll let this one play. Right? To give you an idea. And this is what those spyglasses and NPCs also do for you. They'll give you a look into a zone. They'll describe some problems and show you where they are and want you. So here we go. We got our Silverwaste completion. So if we look back at our map again, we now have one vista under our hat. We have one point of interest and one waypoint. Now, waypoints within a city cost nothing. Everywhere else they cost money. But we're talking pennies, silver pieces.
Excelsior.
Nothing. Now, a tip. If you've never played this game before and you bought it, I would suggest right away, after buying the initial game, is that you go and get the Living Worlds bonus bundle, Okay, that is if we go take the map off, we go H. Oh, we have to get out of this so I can show you story mode. I just wanted to get up here to get this while I'm here. So there's our glider. Okay, so I'm going to make this level 80 permanent now. Up to this point, it was a trial. So I'll go up here to this again. It says still 3, and I'll say use. And now this time, it gives me all of this. And it makes it permanent. So I'll consume it. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay, so some stuff I already have as expansion. So one of the things I did is after 2012, I played for about a year and a bit. And then I actually had this dormant for till the beginning of middle of 2024 or so. Right? Or I think August of 2024. The problem was when I was playing Lord of the Rings, they did a really screwy way of migrating everyone to the 64-bit servers, and I actually lost my account for months because I had to wait till the ghost versions of the 32-bit servers re-showed up so that I can actually trigger a character copy. And that really pissed me off with them because all they did is on the login screen in microprint says, oh, you've got till this day to move your characters. And it was like 3 weeks, and I didn't even see it because, hell, my glasses and my eyesight aren't that good, and reading 5-point font is like torture. Like I can't read what it says in those things. So I didn't have a game to play. And then went to ESO for a while, and I played a lot of that, brought it up to snuff. And then I decided, well, let's replay Guild Wars 2. And then I checked, and I was, I think, 3 expansions back from the current. So I decided to get the expansions. One thing on the expansions, when you buy them, you can buy them at 3 levels. The minimum, a kind of a standard mode, and the deluxe mode. The real difference between the standard mode and the deluxe mode is that you get a wad of gems to go with it. Now, if you actually sit down and watch, there'll be sales on these things all the time. So if you get a sale, and there's a sale on the deluxe, it's worth getting because the gems come at a big discount. And I'm going to try one more time to get into the Black Iron. Let's see if we can do this. So normally when you go... Oh man, this is so sluggish. I can't click anything in here. I might have to eventually restart this game. Now, there's a boost package here that contains other stuff. Let's use it. Use all. Okay. First freebies are 15 slot bags. Second freebie, we'll put the... Now this golem will stay dormant and won't wear out until you use it the first time. Then you got like 2 weeks of use. I just save it. Okay, what else we got? Tasty food. Sharpie stones. And Mystic salvage kits. Now we come to tip number N, whatever. These guys here and this guy here. I saved them because they have might have some worth, but technically, no, they're not worth anything if you have these items. First one, the copper-fed salvage-o-matic. This is why you want to get one expansion at least with the gems, because then you can go and get this off the black market store. Sorry, the Black Lion Trading Company. And the second one to get is the Runecrafter Salvage Omatic. And once you get some gems, I wish the damn thing would be working, and it's not. And I don't know why the thing is not. Come on, just load. Sometimes this works just perfectly fine. Most times it doesn't. It's really sluggish. See, and I'm not sure too. I'm not sure too if this is boring, like one of your web browsers to do things. Let's get out of here and go back somewhere. I'm gonna go to the Royal Terrace thing. So that's another piece to buy off the store is that pass, the permanent version of it. You can get the 2-week version of it. No, I don't want to do that. If you do the show me on that, it'll show you on the map where it is and stuff like that. Let's try the black market again and see if it starts working. Now in Guild Wars 2, there's practical stuff and there's tons of cosmetics. The usual stuff you expect. Now this account bump is actually kind of worth it if you're very first time. So it'll give you a bunch of things that you might not have. Really, I just can't click in here. Wow. I can click these guys, but I can't click anything up there. I'm just going to pause the video for a sec, and I'm going to reload Guild Wars 2. Be right back. Okay, we're back, and I think I got this starting to work. So if we look at the upgrades, it's real sluggish at the moment. And I think partially this problem is actually OBS interfering.
More people should learn to
There is a frame rate properties capture hook rate fastest. Let's see what happens when I do this. Wow. So you can see the stuff you can buy. The items I recommend are the rune and the copper fed, the rune crafter, and later the silver fed. Right? Now the silver fed and the rune fed have two different behaviors. But when you disintegrate stuff, instead of using this, and then running out, you never run out with these. And you put them in your shared slots. Now the other thing to get out of the store on upgrades, for example, I don't know
Time
if
is
it's in
precious.
upgrades or it's in utilities.
I have so much to do.
Yeah, every time I come back to OBS, this starts working again. So, in utilities,
Speak quickly.
these things. So when you see a gold-looking one, it's permanent, but note the price. Here you see a 2-week version, it's silver. And if you go into here, you're going to find the captain's airship pass. You're going to find
Let's see the
Lava
color of
Lounge
the
pass, for example.
I have so much to do.
Mistlook Sanctuary pass key, permanent.
Responsibility isn't easy.
That one I don't think I have. Noble's Falls, I think I have that one.
What
But
is it?
this one here, the Royal Terrace Pass, the gold one, is one you should have. So having these two here, having the Terrace Pass,
I'm rich, you know.
right? Also having the World Boss portal device later is handy because you can get to zones without actually trying to cross through a whole bunch of other zones, because you look for boss fights on those zones. You don't do the boss fight, but you get there just to get one waypoint. And when you do, you can then come back later. Now, there are other stuff in here that you will earn. Bank accesses.
More people should learn to barter.
Revise yourself if you drop dead. You'll need these transmutes to change things like certain colors and stuff like that. You'll find these occasionally, and I've only so far to date found 2 chests, but they had a lot of stuff in it. They use these keys. This is handy if someone else is at some sort of vista or something and they're offering to teleport you there. You can use this to do it and then tip them for helping you. Now in here are other goodies. So these guys here, you can get what's known as infinite tools. Now, since I started a new character, I'm going to go look at my characters and one that I'm not using, and I'm going to take away their infinity
I'm
tools
not
and pass
sure
it
about
to this one. So give me a sec just to check which one I'm not doing. Let us check Warland. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go get the tools from someone, because you can share the tools. You can get one set and share it among characters, but you just have to make sure that you put it in the shared slots first. So let's go find Warland. I know he's in here somewhere. He is right there. Sorry, she is right there. Now I usually park my characters at Line Arch because in that area, because that's the very convenient crafting and everything is really easy to do there. So on the sheet, I will take, I need to move this over. So I'm taking this one, Control C, and I am putting it into Rarlan. That one. Control V. Delete. There we go. Just updated my spreadsheet for this. So if we go into this guy's inventory, we go to this guy's H, we go to this guy's equipment. Right here, see these three? We'll take them and put them up here. Now these are not cheap to buy. They go on sale occasionally for all three of them for 2,160 gems. Normally they're 2,700 gems. But if you're buying these things on the thing, always look for the ones that contain the optional glyphs. Those are the newer versions of these. The older versions didn't have a glyph box with them, with 3 glyphs. So you had to get the glyphs separately. And they're very hard to get, and they're very expensive on the auction block. So I've moved it over to this thing. Now I'll go back to our character in question that we're working on. That one. Now those picks and stuff, you can buy them, they're dirt cheap, but you have to increase their level in order to get higher level ingredients off higher level zones. So if you're in a 1 to 15, the lowest end ones will work just fine. But if you're in an 80 zone, you need the Orchium. I think it's Orchium. Let's find a vendor here. Do you have it? Yeah. So these ones here
Responsibility isn't easy.
can do level 60 stuff. These can do 45. These. There's others. There's lower ones. There's copper one. I think there's steel one. I think there might be one higher than this, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't because I've not bought them in a long time. Remember our sword? We can get rid of it. So, I'll go back here and I'll go to the H and so normally you would fill the slots up with these. Yeah. Equip. Equip. And equip. Now, she's got this gear. Now, notice when this all has glyphs in them. Because when I bought the Artron gear, the pack, I made sure I bought the pack with the glyph option. Like one of the sets of tools. There's about, I think, out of the 12 or so sets of tools, or 10 sets of tools that you can get, like different theme tools, only about 6 have glyph packs with them. So this one, the Eldrick, is another one. I can actually tell you, because I got a few different ones here. The Prospector one, the Fairy Dust, the Glacial.
May Lissa aid you.
This is known as the Choya. No, this is the Artron. And did I put it in Roiland correctly? I hope I did. Yes, it is.
What do you
The
need?
Choya are really funny. The Artron has very funny commentary when it's doing things. So once you do that, you don't need this. And you can't do anything else with it. These things are... can give it to another character, but they're... Who needs them? Now this is a celebration booster. And I'll show you the collectaholic that I am. So, item boosters, let's see, celebration boosters, right? Yeah, we'll add another one. I keep forgetting to actually use them. Now, in the bank, when you first start out, I think you get 2 bank tabs or something like that. And again, wait for sales on the thing, and you can buy the bank tabs pretty cheap. But currently, with all the expansions installed and everything, you can have 19 bank slots with 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30 slot bags, basically. Now, this is not like EverQuest 2, where in the bank you can put like 60 slot boxes or 75 slot boxes or 80 slot box, I think it is these days, in there. No, you only have one choice, and it's from the store, and it's 30 slots. Now, you also will get, it says rewards. You can see I have a bunch of them. These 8-slot invisible bags. Now, if you use one of these invisible bags, there's also an oiled bag, and I think there's another one. The invisible bags, items put in it are immune from disintegration or being accidentally sold and stuff like this because you have to specifically drag them back out of them. It's kind of like a very special holding spot. I think the oiled bags is like for resources or something like that, or equipment. And there's equipment one or resource one also that holds. So as soon as you mine a resource, it goes into that thing.
May Lissa aid you.
And I got so many bonuses lying around from things that I got because you get these birthday gifts and everything in the game.
Responsibility isn't easy.
So like this, I have another Royal Terrace pass in my thing. I don't know where I got it from, but I have another one. It's actually useless because you can only have one across all the accounts anyway.
I carry only the highest quality goods.
Food, sigils. Now, this is the real cash cow right here. You'll get tons of these, but the keys are atrociously expensive. I don't think you want to spend like 100 gems just to get a key. What else we got in here? These are interesting. You'll get them now a lot, but they're because you're level 8. If you level to a level 80 like I did, you're going to get a lot of them. Don't open them up. They're useful for making money.
Speak quickly.
So what you do with it is you save them up, and then when you do open them, all the stuff that's in it, the really good stuff like the yellow and orange, you sell on the block. All the rest you disintegrate for the ingredients, and then there's certain ingredients in there, ectoplasm, other stuff that you sell for gold, and in no time flat you'll make a lot of gold. Now you can tell because it's saying right here with a yellow red exclamation mark that I have something waiting. Yeah. Now there were a couple other items in here. So this guy here was the old equipment. And if we go, so we got da 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 da. So if we go here and we say this one, all fine and lower. Yeah, OBS is really messing with the menus in here. Oh, that's why, because I can't disintegrate anything in here. This is all. So money, 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 nothing. So this, junk, throw it away. Now the dies, there is an achievement to get for the very first time you use the die.
I have so much to do.
So let's say we do.
What do you need?
Some of these die kits are multiple kits within a nested kit within a nested kit. So that one showed a bunch of categories. If you pick one category, you then get another one that says pick the actual die you want. So let's take the purple die. And we'll use it. Okay. There's hundreds of dies. Just literally hundreds of them. So we have another die pack here, so we'll use it. So I've already got that one. Count wide, remember. I don't have that one, so we'll use it. I already have that one. I don't have this one. I don't have this one. I don't have this one. I already have this one. Now, it's up to you. They are sellable on the block. If you say sell at the trading post. Now, whether this trading post will cooperate or not, I don't know. Okay, it's cooperating. So usually what you want to do is pick this
I have
side.
so much to do.
So the vendor value is nothing. I could disintegrate it for some parts, but I'll list this item.
I have
Wow.
everything you need.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Speak quickly.
Weird. If I click in here and then I click in OBS, it actually goes through. So something, yeah, OBS is saying. We'll take the rose die. I'll just sell all three on the block. See, I could sell it instantly. But if you list it, you get a little more money for it. And sometimes a lot more money. See, like this one. 4 silver, 25 people are asking, but it's selling for 6.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
There you go. Be very careful of that dialogue, because if you think you hit the close button and it doesn't look like it's working, it's delayed, and you hit it again, you might inadvertently buy something again. Because you hit the button underneath.
I have so much to do.
Okay? So all this, it's all garbage. And we'll find somewhere around here is a person I want to talk to. There, right there.
What do you need?
I'm just going to put the properties back for hook rate as normal. Okay. I'm going to have to research this. I mean, game capture in OBS seems to be interfering with the game itself. Maybe what I really want is just to have it capture a screen. Whatever's playing on the screen. Okay, so if I go here and I say... There. So we got rid of it all.
What do you need?
So my first tip, as I said, if you're a new player or whatever, get the expansion. Get the ones with the at least one of the expansions with the gem bundle attached to it. With the gems, buy Terrace Pass, Copper, Rune, and if you got still money, buy also the World Boss Portal. The rest of the stuff you can get later, like the Home Portal Stone, the bank accessories, anything. Don't worry about those. Right?
Responsibility isn't easy.
I mean, these keys, I built them because I got scraps to build them. And then save your bank bot for when you really, really, really need it. Because one thing is you almost can save it endlessly, because if you have this, you can snap to here and then snap back to the zone you came from. So you can go to this portal right here. And if you say F, return to my previous map. Now, since I portaled in from Silver Waste, I think it was, it'd probably send me back there, maybe. But I re-logged out and logged in, so I might have lost the marker. But you get the idea, right? So, next we're going to look at is free XP and the storylines. So now that I can actually come in here and look at the stories, I have every expansion. So Living Seasons 1, 2, Heart of Throne, and 3, and 4, I believe, can be bought as a bundle. And then Path of Fire, I'm not 100% sure. You have to look on the screen. But the this is a standalone expansion. This is a standalone. I believe this is also End of Dragons is a thing. And I can't remember what this one is. But I bought all these as the extended versions. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But I end up with a lot of gems. That's how I got all those stuff fairly easily. And those infinite tools. So I use that up to do it.
Responsibility.
Also, I use the gems to do because you can buy gold. If you initially need some gold, if you go up here to the exchange, the currency exchange, so you can see here, for example, actually doing pretty good. 993 gems for 250 gold.
Everything you need here.
Or 398 for 100 gold. Right? Or you can buy 1 gold piece for 5 gems. Now, trust me, 10 gold is a lot of gold in this game. Right? Because when you looked at the marketplace, a lot of things were. So let's go look for something. Let's say you're level 10. Armor, chest.
May Lissa aid you.
And we'll sort this. So you can see in here, for example, a blue mighty worn chain coat is only 4 silver. Now, if you were to go here, this wrench, and you were to change the rarities.
Speak quickly.
To exotic only. Now this is for example, when you reach like 62. But you can see here, well, there are people who are selling it for like 38 gold for this particular one, right? But look here, Berserker Scalawag Chest of Balthazar, right?
You'll find everything.
68 silver. So you can get good stuff. So we can go here, and at low level, it's usually green gear you're after, occasional yellow gear.
What do you need?
Yeah, and this is the weird thing. Green is higher than blue.
I didn't see you there.
Some games have green lower than blue. But in our case... So you can see at level 14 for 3 silver you get this guy here.
May Lissa aid you.
And the reason this is probably here is someone who was crafting it. But you can see in this thing too... no, I don't want to buy it. If you look at the thing, you've got a rune already in place. You'll unlock a skin, so you can make other armor look like this armor, right? You also have in here salvageable. Now, some of this gear you're going to find has 2 slots. Let's see. Yeah, like this one. Unused upgrade slot. Right? And can't remember. Some of the gear will show up with you can assign stats to it.
Responsibility isn't easy.
And in that case, you will get the ability to customize it. And there's a whole long list of stat blocks and stat types and stuff like that you can assign, depending on what type of character it is. Like a warrior might want, power, attack, ferocity, that sort of thing. And you can see what all those are. And I would take the time to read up on them. Toughness, vitality, precision, ferocity, right? You can see in this character, they're really pushing critical, health, and armor on the warrior. And they're not pushing so much, for example, condition duration. So I think this is more of a whack-a-mole type of character. Just whack, whack, whack. Now, one of the things for XP is people forget to do is just like the zones, the cities have all this. So I'm going to take this character through doing it all, so to speak. So we're going to leave this area. Where's my exit? It's around here somewhere. Now, by the time you hit, I think, level 5 or so, one of the things that shows up is you'll get access to your raptor mount. They gave him this guy to everyone. Now, if I look at my map, I can see that I have unmapped waypoints, unmapped vistas, right? Unmapped viewpoints. So usually what I do, my strategy for a city is start and kind of, like I say, go clockwise around the city. So in this case, I need to get out of here. And I need to go up a ramp because I want to get to the outer edge. And you just have to pass by certain things. Like vistas are the only ones you actually have to press the F key on. Waypoint, pass a waypoint, it triggers, and you've got the waypoint. Now I'm looking, let me just poke my glasses back up a little bit. So I'm looking into this zone, the Orison Quarter. So I see a thing there, and this on here. So my best bet for this one is to actually go down and back up on the other side, on the inner ring. This city is a big circle. Multiple levels, but a big circle. So, see this one here that says Vista and a waypoint? This is an elevator. This is how you get to this one. Through this little corridor, down the side, onto the roof. Yes, you can walk on roofs, so... Now, you can't view a vista on a mount, so as soon as you hit it, it'll dismount you. But there you go, first vista. But then you can go back on your mount. Now, the reason I'm here is because I can see down there. Okay, don't do this at a very low level, but if you do kill the mount, you won't kill yourself. You will find that you get thrown off the mount, but you're still full health. Just the mount dies. So you hit the X key again, you remount. So we know that there is a point here, like a thing. Now this is the thing about this. They have areas that are around the block that can trigger it. So in my case here, if I snuck up against this wall here, I don't have to go in there. I just have to get close enough to trip it. And I did. And we see also upstairs that there is another one right here.
That's supposed to be a joke.
There. I don't even have to go in there or anything like that. I just have to trip it. So now I'm looking at the map again. And there's my next one. See? Spoke, spoke, spoke. Going around right. So we know there's one there. There's a vista there. And now this district we'll talk about in a sec because it's special. And this occurs in other cities too. So climb on up.
Would you freely abandon something so priceless?
I'll meet death
There.
on the battlefield.
Now, normally on this one, you could raptor jump onto the roof, raptor jump on the roof, and get to this thing. But once you've done this storyline here, Heart of Thorns, okay, and all you have to do is the first part of it. Okay, when you do that, first and second part possibly, but I think just one or two of the first part, you'll earn the glider permanently across all characters. So in my case, since I have the glider, what I can do is go like this. There we go. Okay. So, now I could run it back out here, or I could just go back to this one here. Teleports are free in the within the city. So now let's go look at. Okay, see, we got an achievement for using the waypoint for the first time. Well, it's not really the first time. So let's go around the curve again, clockwise. We're gonna go to the Salome zone because that's every city has one of these. And I need to find it again. Oh, I'm not even close. Now, this is weird. It looks like this is on top of this brown thing. It's actually underneath. And the other thing too is sometimes these things, when you see one, they'll have a little arrow beside it, like this one here has a blue arrow. It's above. So if you look at over here on the right, we can change the layer. So this is the above. That's where it is. This is the level I'm on, and this is the below level. And this will change when you go. Like if I go down a ramp to the bottom, this will change to like the bottom one. Okay. So we'll go over here, and we will go trigger this waypoint. And you won't even notice these zones unless you get close to their doors and stuff. And all of a sudden this pops up. Yes, we'll insert the instance. So every city has one of these, basically. It's like your home zone. And so we'll go here. See how I don't even have to go in there to trigger it? Then we'll go around the back here. Down the stairs. And a little over here. There we go. Trigger that one. And then there's one just ahead of me a bit. This is the alley one.
Seraph, officer, my son is missing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, ma'am. What's the problem?
I gave him carnival money this morning. He hasn't returned.
I'll need a full description. What was he wearing? How old?
There's a lot of voice dialogue in this game. So what we're after here is in the red is this guy right up here. Oh, maybe I should turn that back on. You're not seeing that. There you go. There. My cursor's back. I thought the cursor was interfering with the select box, so I turned it off. But you see in the minimap there's a... So we go like this. Now this is a zone that has no mount ability. And you can see this because downstairs on the bar, the mount is gone right here. It's not there anymore. And by the way, that's this area right here. So we triggered it. Now if we look at our map again, we actually have one more to do over here. Undiscovered. And we have to walk it because we don't have a mount. So we go like this. There's a number of routes to get to this one. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Just as long as you get close enough, like that. When you're done one of these, don't go to the exit. Hit the exit button over here. That is a big time saver if you don't do that. Okay, so we're back up. Now we can use our mount again. And we look. Our next spoke is over here. There's another vista. So let's go. So we go down. Now I'm going to do the waypoint first before I do the vista. Because then if I need to use it, I can just flip to it right away. There we go. Notice the XP 3000, whatever. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of XP from doing this. So, next piece. Oh, by the way, you get farther if you jump on on these angled ones that way than you do this way. The other thing is to get onto this walk, it's easier to get onto it from higher to lower, not lower to higher. So here we're going to go. Now you get enough glider stamina that you can actually get all the way over to this guy. But just in case you don't, you still can just jump down. And if you go into this building, climb the stairs, go onto here, you can jump over there and get onto this strip of stuff. So here we go. That's done. Now I'm going to check for any undiscovered. Nope. So what we want to do is go back up to our inner ring so we can do the next one. Yes, you can mount on the run or falling mount. That's actually important to know because later when you get a flying mount. Okay, so we go back again, round right. Going clockwise around. There's the next waypoint up there.
Oh, right. Well, what about camping?
Now notice I see this down there. And this is what I mean about jumping. This one you actually have to go a little bit into the building, but not much. Now there's another one I see right there. See, don't have to go in. Let's just check the area and see if there's any more. I don't see any. Now, see, this is where you want to save some time, but we actually need to go to the next spoke anyway. So we go like this. And up these stairs. Is it this way? I can never remember. Yep, over here. What we're after. Now, this is where the hitbox of the Raptor encounters the hitbox of the terrain and you can't get through properly. What we're after is that upward stairway. So this is our next spoke in the city. Okay, so we look at our map again. And we just did this one, so we have this in here.
Born inside these walls. Probably going to die trapped inside them.
Yep. So what we want to do is go down here. Oh, there's one at the music festival. It's right on the top of the canopy. So there we go. See, we got a discovery done. Achievement. So if we go down here, there is a very important story point. This is the bar, but you don't have to enter it to get this point. But later that bar will become important for the story. Okay. Now, were there any more in this area?
Dad goes to work. He goes to the pub.
Nope.
Weird. He's not a
But we have a next waypoint on the next spoke. Okay, so we'll go like that. In this place, this particular city, I do the outer stuff and the central areas first before I move into the center.
Who wants a pet that talks back?
Okay, so let's see.
Pirates.
We have an undiscovered point, and a portal, and a vista over here. So we have to go into that zone, that area. So down. Don't have to enter. Okay, so we need one over here. There we go. And then we go up here. And around. And around. There's our waypoint. Okay, so there was a vista over here we need to get to, and a waypoint. So there's actually two vistas over there, one on each side. So we go around to our next spoke. Also, I see right on the inner ring there is a square right there. This one. And then down. Whoops, not this one. Not the right down. We need this down. Now this is our first actual tricky jumping thing. I'll show you the way you do it without the glider, and you could kind of guess if with the way you could do it with the glider. If you have the glider, you can sit way up here, glide down and drop onto the pillar. Okay? Now this is where the trees get in the way. So if you look carefully, right there, there's your first pillar. See, miss, right? So don't worry, the first few times you do this crap, you do it many, many times. See what I mean by trying to get on this when you're high up? Now there is a way that you can jump onto here and then from here onto there. But now this is where the left right arrow, mouse buttons are not your friend. And this is where I really wish, if I didn't have the glider turned on, I would have landed on that pillar. But the stupid glider turned on and see? Because it thinks you need it and you don't. And it's very annoying. This will drive you to drinking trying to get around that. The other one that'll drive you nuts is if you have a speed boost in here. So let's say this number 2 option. I go down here and I look at, let's say, path reducing coming, no. Faster endurance, stinging consciousness, no. There's, on some characters, one of these signets, actually, what it does is does a speed boost every 10 seconds or something like that. In a random boon. And the problem is, you jump and all of a sudden the speed boost hits in and you go too far. That kills jump puzzles like you wouldn't believe. There's nothing worse than having that damn thing trigger and on top of that the glider trigger. So we got that one. Now there's another one on the other side, so let's do that one. That was probably on this city the first fairly tricky one. The house jumping one at the previous one is not really that hard. Now this one here, what you do is you can climb, go all the way down here. You can actually climb on here, climb on here, climb on here, walk, bang. Okay? But I have a glider. So I can just glide on over. But yes, you can get onto these grass ledges. And sometimes you don't have to get really close to that to actually trigger the ability to view it. So if you look on here, let me go down. You can see that guy just did it. So if I jump up to this ledge here, for example, and there, like so. Let's see if I can get over here. No, not this one.
I saw this hunter who had a doggy. It was bigger than me, and it said, "Woof."
So, okay. It's been a while since I did this one on a pure manual. So you get on the railing, I believe it is. This is the tricky part. Once you're on the railing, you can then get into here. Once you're on here, you can get onto there. And see how I can view, but I'm not actually up at the top? That's how you do it. Okay, so if we look at our map, we've got 5 of 6, 10 of 13, 14 of 21. And again, as I cursor, there's one there. There's one in here. You can see that. So we're in the Crown Pavilion, so we need to grab that one. Oh, that was rackety. So we need to go this way. I can see it just above the stairs there. Now, I thought I saw something on an outer rim. No, there's one on the inner rim right there. So I need to get back on the inner. I missed a waypoint on the inner rim. This way. Somewhere. Let's check again. Yeah, right there by this. Okay, on the other side of the circle. So it's high up. It's an upstairs one. So what we want to do is go up in the elevator. There, we triggered the waypoint. And now we need to... So we're now in the center area. Okay. So this one here is actually fairly straightforward to jump. Just find this grassy knoll, go like this. And then onto here. And then onto here. Little jumpy over there. One big jumpy over there. And again, you don't have to climb up onto the edge. Okay, so according to this, we got... So we need this one here, and I think, and this one here. Okay, so there's still one on the at this level that we need to find. Is it down here?
Just waiting for a necromancer to say.
No, it's down there.
So morbid. Death, destruction, darkness. It's all too depressing.
So this way. And then here. There we go. So now we go back. This is why I don't particularly like this city's layout for finding the normal crafting areas. That's why I like the little terrace area. Okay, so we have to go back into here because we need the one on the inside, which is right down here. Okay, if we look at our map, we have 6 of 6 and 13 of 13. So all we have to do is points of interest. Now there's 3 here. So the first one is in this instance, the Seraph headquarters. All you have to do is enter the headquarters. Done. Then you go over to the palace. And again, just enter. Done. You can see it right there. Don't worry, you'll get invited back later. Depends on which storyline, the human, the char, whatever. If you did the human startup, you'll end up back here lots. Okay, so there's one more over here. And this one, you just have to enter a little bit. Just like that. Now, we're 2 more left. So let's find where the 2 are. Okay, so there's one here and one down here. So if we take this teleport, we should be able to get this one. I missed one over here. Yeah, I can see it. So over here.
What?
It's these little tenties right here. Right there. And then we need the other one, which is at here somewhere. Oops. Yeah, right there. So it's right there. So we'll take this one here. It's another one of those ones you just brush by the entrances here. Right here. Someone with a rabbit. See, that person's doing the same thing. Come on. There we go. You know you're done because you get this chest right here. If you right click it, I'm only getting XP, but you'll get a bunch more stuff if you're first time doing it. Now, there is a transporter here. And if we look at the upper one, it's kind of hard to see because it's as you fast travel to Lion's Arch. So that would be another town. So this is the human town. Black Citadel is the Char town. Ratsuma is the Azura town. The Grove is the Sylvania town. And then Holograth or whatever is the Norn town. Now, this is one thing I don't like about this zone. They don't really have a master teleporter. See, they only have a couple of places. So, if you go back, if you have that pass and you go back to that area, and the only way to get into that area is with the pass. Normally, you can't get into that area. Not from the outside. Only people with the pass can get into this. That's this. You'll get blocked and a warning saying, you don't have permission, blah, blah, blah. So if we go up here.
What do you need?
And I don't know why I'm doing that.
Responsibility isn't easy.
Okay. So you can return to your previous map like I showed before, but if you go down here, your destinations. Holbrack, Grove, Rada, Black Citadel. So let's go do Holbrack. This one has a couple of tricky jump puzzles that the Raptor can get through one of them real easily. But the other one is tricky to do. So you begin at the entrance here on this one. I suggest right away go get the bridge one first. Like so. Then go like this and jump the bridge. We gotta get that thing. If you go around the corner here, get off your mount. You don't really need it. Go up. And then up. And a little more up. Walk across. There we go. One vista. Then you can get back on your mount. And if you follow the path, starting clockwise again, we'll do this one. All you have to do is come near the entrance. A little more. There you go. And then you go up the path, back again to the next one on the right. Sorry, left. But going clockwise again. There. Then we go like this. Now the next one is, as I said, every place has it. This is the home zone over here. One of the two, actually. This particular one is special. This is a special one just for her. A lot of things happen in this thing. Parts of the storyline. You meet up with her. Especially if you're doing the Norn storyline, it becomes important. So we don't want to walk back, as I said. Click the exit. Get on our mount. Oops. You have to watch out. If you're too close, you can't get on the mount. There we go. Because there's a mount dead zone here. So we go around the corner. And again, as I said, I usually clockwise around these places. So we go up here, and there's our next waypoint. Now, when you're playing the game, keep an eye out for this attached into the zone. This is a jump off point to the next zone over. If you go through here, you're in Dreadnought's Cliffs. If we look at that, and we scroll out a bit, and there. See, this is a 40 to 50 zone. Now, unlike ESO games, this doesn't scale that way. What it'll do, it'll downscale you, but if you go into that zone that's too low, you'll get your ass smacked. Now, back onto this. So we are going to go and... This is where raptor mounts help. You can just jump over into this. Okay. Oops. Get a little closer.
You're so...
Now, from the roof of this place, make the jump to the deck. And just go. There's one here. And there's one above us. Up there. But we aren't doing that one just yet. Okay. So now we can go do the center stuff. Like so. And then we go in here. Here. Now, you're going to see on your map things like this where there's that one there, for example. But there's this is hiding behind the screen. Just a sec. Let me back up a little bit so we don't see that. There we go. If we look at the layer map, let's see the top layer. This, right? See this undiscovered point here? That's actually in the building. So is this one. But they're both in instances. So this is a storyline instance that you end up going to. It might say this, but you never live here. This is not the one you actually go to a lot. But it is technically the main home. Others, you spend way more time in theirs. Duh, like so. Now again, this is a mountless zone area, so you can't mount up. You'll have to... And I did it again. I am a real bad habit for doing this, where I don't use the exit key properly. Okay, now we need to do... The other ones, they were back into mounts. So there's one at the center here. Then we go around the pillar. And we go to this instance. This is the chief's bedroom. He's never home. But notice it triggered already, so we can leave. So we're already at 4:14, blah, blah, blah. So we're actually done the center. So now we can go back out. Go around the corner here. Out the door that never gets closed. And now we go upstairs. We need the second one, and there I believe there is also at one end, can't remember which end, there is a viewpoint. Not a view vista, but a pointed note. So there's our waypoint. Now there is a glitch in the terrain here. I'll show you. Right there. You actually have to jump it. Now, as I said, right there on the mini-map, there is that one. So we have to go around this white section. Right here. There, done. Now let's go around here. There's nothing more up here to do. But we need to go, there's a point of interest over here. POIs. Point of interest. Right here. Then there is a waypoint down here. Then we go off into the frozen lake area. We'll deal with the lodges in a sec. Don't worry about it. I have a pattern down that's pretty good that gets me done this really fast. So, waypoint. Make the leap. You don't even have to get on the island, just get close enough. Now, if you're a hunter, there is 1 or 2 juvenile polar bears here. Right there. It's the only spot so far I've found that you can get one. So when you see one of these and you're a hunter and you approach it, you get the ability to charm it. Now normally you can come from this side over here and come without a mount. With the Raptor you can kind of shortcut it a little bit. We'll F it. Okay. Now we're ready to cross the lake. Do not go on the other side of this fence unless you want to get smacked by ice balls coming off the mountain. You can get up here, like so. Now that's another trick. When you're looking at terrain to climb, see these things that looks a little flatter than the usual curvy hill? That's almost a climbable. So in here, there we go. Now the reason I did this in disorder is because now I will jump down to the cavern and do the cavern, some of the cavern stuff. So in here, there is a lodge down here. Sorry, like a house. Right up there. By the way, these are bad people. They're green, but they're bad. Later, you'll beat them up by the billions. So, if we look here, see how this ends up over here? In the Raven Lodge, in this end? We need this vista anyway, and we need to visit the snow leopard. So, we are going to go out. Oops, the middle one. I never to turn my mount the right way. Now, I was hoping for a juvenile ice drake in here, but I never did find one. Okay, this is where it said the hitboxes gets in the way. Yeah. Okay, so this is one where you can get up if you're good enough with the thing, the Raptor, but normally people aren't. So you have to be careful on this that you do not if you don't have the glider, you don't it's not a problem, but if you do have the glider, don't do this, hold the spacebar key down. If you do, you'll end up triggering the glider. See? Like that. So we have to do it again. Now you get the idea. You can do it. I'm going to just switch over to the Raptor to do this. It's a little easier for me to do this one. Even if you kind of fall off, you're not really falling off. Once you get to this one, it becomes easy. Now, this is another example. You want to climb this, you can't do it. You can't, but you can kind of make the jump. Again, you're looking for this flat piece right here. Right? Flat, 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 flat. And we have another one down. Now, if we look at our map, we need to do the snow leopard because we need this and we need one inside the lodge. So, actually on here, what we want to do is glide. But you could a raptor leap and kill the raptor. Now, also, I suspect if you didn't pick snow leopard as your animal of choice when you were doing the hunter, you could find a juvenile snow leopard here too somewhere. Okay, normally we could just go boink. Now, in this one, if I'm not mistaken, there's just one. There's one lodge that actually has two of them. You just have to get near here, and then you can leave. So, out the door.
I've spied on camps of Grawl. I haven't gone to see Valarampa in a long time.
Now,
they hide in plain sight.
We got that vista. Got all that. Let's do this piece here, the might. Might as well get it done. The waypoint is, when I'm facing it, it's on the right. And all you have to do is come near the center and you'll trigger. Like so. There we go. Now we're ready for the next lodge. Now, was there a... No, not here. So this is an interesting one. We're going to get to that in a sec here once we do this. I can't remember if this is the double. There's like two POIs in here.
Then Raven's favor is upon.
Yes, there is. So the way I like to do this one is just on the raptors, jump off here, trigger it, then back up the stairs. And then go like this, like a big figure eight. Jump it, trigger it, and then back up the stairs again. Okay, so we've got that. And we're off. We got the centerpiece. We can now go do our next lodge. The Lodge of the Bear. Now, the Bear Lodge, if I remember correctly, see, there's a tunnel here. And there's more in here. So really what we want to do is actually go this. We're going to come into the Bear Lodge from the back door. So we're going to go up here to go into the other set of caves. This is another set of caves that's hiding behind the lodges. Not the Savannah cage. So there is a waypoint here. Okay. There is that. Big drinking establishment. Yes, the Norn are really big on booze. Now there's a offshoot cave here, a little open area. There's another building. Hit boxes. I hate that. Okay, here we go. Triggered it. Now there should be... Yeah, there's one down here. And we're going to get to that one in a bit. We just have to cross over everything over here. Yes, Mr. Poor Raptor, we're hurting you. We won't go down the back door just yet. I'm going to just get rid of that one POE that's down here. This one over here. It's another building, I believe. There. Now, we could exit here and go around the front door, but we can also go through the back door. And I didn't know about this back door because I wasn't paying attention before. So, here we go. And then out the door and get the waypoint. Okay. Now we need to get that on the bear. Okay, so we go like this. Around the tree. Say hi to the moose. Go up here. This is where the raptor really helps. I can tell you this much. Doing this manually is tricky. It's a very tight jump. We got 5 of 5 vistas. We're done with vistas. Okay, now over here, there is one here. You can see down there. And this, and a transport, and then we have to do the Wolf Lodge. Was there one behind? I don't think. Yeah, I got that. Okay. Let's land on the tent. Doing. See, this is where you mount dies, but you don't die. You just get back on your mount. So we need to go back up our hill a little bit again, because those are the big shrines, and these are the itty bitty little shrines. So there's one point here.
Tell me a joke.
There's like a restaurant. Okay. Now, if you look here, you can see this one right there on the mini map. That's the shrine of all the lesser ones. This. And you can see that. So there is Ox, there is Wolverine, there is Owl. So, okay, so we got that. Now we need one more lodge, I believe. The one over there. Ah, caught on train. There. This is the part I hate when I get caught on train. Let's see if we can get around this. There we go. There, waypoint was triggered. 14 waypoints. Now we trigger finished. Chest, 8,000, accept. Then I go back to the terrace.
She's gonna tell.
Now, I think we're going to be doing the Grove next. Grove has a couple of really annoying jump puzzles that are just, will drive you to drinking.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
So here, the Grove. Grove is very stacked, like in sense. So you start out actually almost exactly on the top.
I bet you can't even find your mouth when you're hungry.
So we begin with one of the first annoying jump paths, which is this one. This is frickin' annoying one. This is where it is very, very important to really make sure you do not hold the space bar down for any amount of time. But it's a bit forgiving in the sense that there's a safety area around all the mushrooms. Also, when you're jumping, jump toward this, not toward this, because you might miss. But this will, see, it bounced me off the side of the hill. Now, if you end up at this scenario, back up just a little bit. See? Crap. This is where a keystroke slip up occurs. Okay, where is my start again? Over here. This, and if you're too close to the damn things, getting on them is annoying because you hit the bottom of them and it just bounces you back down. See the slight speed boost there I saw? See, I walked too far. Do it again. Trust me, the very first few times I did this, I must have done it 40 times. Okay. Come on. And I think this is actually the one that is double speed boosting if you have it, because it's giving you a speed boost at the same time you got a speed boost. Let's see. Okay. Ah! Not at the right angle. See? I'm pretty sure there's a bit of a speed boost occurring here. See that? The glider almost triggered.
So you won't be leaving the Grove.
Ah!
That's beautiful news.
I'd hope
No,
not to be.
I
I just
changed my
did
mind
like
about
a
leaving
dozen of these
tomorrow, and I feel
characters
differently.
doing this, and it's like I still haven't got this one right. And believe me, this is not the most annoying one. There's another one that's even worse. Okay. This is where you have to be really careful. In this case, you have to get up here. There we go. And then there is a hidden bounce box. You can see this. See? So when you're gliding around here, sometimes you just can't glide around over certain things because it's there. Okay, we need the raptor back. Okay. Now we're into the center area. So I usually do the blue area first. Then the waypoint. And then, believe it or not, this is an elevator to an instance. And in it is 2 POIs. So be very careful here that you don't inadvertently, because you're facing the wrong direction. So we want to make sure we don't inadvertently walk back out. I did it once before already. There we go. So basically we've covered, I think, the top. No, there's a freebie. No, there's another set. Okay, this one is not too bad as a jump puzzle. It's just getting up there is annoying. So you have to, like so, you really have to clip the edge right here. The rest of it is straightforward. Except you have to learn to climb to certain spots. So like this, and then onto this mushroom, and then up through this, and then you just fall down the roof here to this. Okay, so now we have, there is inside here. See if I can get inside. There is a point. Then if we go over here, no, now here's an easy vista to do. Just walk up to it. So we're up to 50% of the vistas done. But we haven't got to the real annoying one yet.
You first.
So there is this. Okay. So on the top layer, I think we've got everything. Yeah. So now we want to go to the next layer down. This layer. So stuff like that, like that, like that. The cave ones are interesting. Those L-shaped tunnels. Okay, so we want to go down here. So the candy bar over here. That's worth 1.
I'd have won if my...
Now, right here, where this guy is sitting down, jump onto this tree. You don't have to have any special. This is the only way to get to this vista. And you can't get out of here. You have to get jump off. So, but there is water down there. Now, this guy over here is another vista, and this is a real pain. This will take me a few tries probably. So, oh, I got it on the first try. Oh, getting from there to this one, oh, it is harsh. Because you hit under the edge there and you get knocked off, knocked off, knocked off. Okay, so we have 5 of 6 vistas. And I thought this one would be, I have to show you several times, but. Okay, so. We need to layer up. So we have over here. this building. And then we cross through it to this ramp, into this area. Cross through it into this area. Now, I told you about these. It looks like it's on our same level. It actually isn't. But there's a trick to this. If you go like this, some of these will have a down arrow or an up arrow on them, but you just have to get close enough to trigger them. Okay, so we have to actually work our way around clockwise because there's more than one of them.
I wonder whether he feels the loss of us.
I got a chop or a baby dragon.
See, that's downstairs.
I hope it's a baby dragon. They're less frightened.
I think this is the crafting area. Have I looped around enough? No, I haven't got to Maker's Terrace yet. And I haven't got to that one yet. No, that one is down. Is it down? Yeah, it's down. I need the tunnel one over here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's go here. We need to go over here. And we need the tunnel one over here. This tunnel one. There, see? Trip. Now we need to go lower some more. So we'll go down here. See, we just switched layers, so there's a waypoint there. Right away.
I heard. I plan to go in search of it tomorrow.
Now, this red thing you see up here, because we're actually quite near it, I believe. Just let me see if I can back up. There.
The datura bush outside my hut is blooming. Its flowers spiral open.
I've seen them. They have
To
great
get to
wisdom.
this, you can climb on top of this and get to it, but the easier way I just found out is actually to go into the instance itself. But you have to walk deep into the instance. Now, remember I said everyone has a home? This is actually the home. So if you climb all the way in here into the center, there, done. Okay, so now we have, okay, so we've done that one. So there's this one over here. So we need to, oops, where's our mount? Okay. Now these stupid little openings around those bridges will cause headache on a couple of them for the raptor. They get jammed up on them. And there's some trees too that will do this. So we're going down. We have to go to the next house. This one. And then we go to the next one. In this case, we don't have to enter her house. She's a main character, but then we have to go. Now this is the one I believe might have the tree problem. No, not this one. There's one that has a tree problem. It's hard to get through because of the trees. Okay, so we got that one. Okay, there's that viewpoint up there, and there's this one right here. Okay. So we want to go this way. Now, as you play, you also get karma. There's a currency. There's lots of currencies here. I'll show you the currency tab. All these currencies. As you can see, I only made about a quarter of them. But one of them is karma. And if you talk to karma vendors, this one's boring because it only has this. But you might need this for a cooking recipe. Right? But others will have recipes, and others will have certain weird items that are collectibles that you have to collect to make a collection. Okay. This is our last vista. right here. And it's actually around the corner. Right there. This is a bit of a tricky one. But you don't have to go to the top. So 6 of 6 vistas are done. But I see a undiscovered waypoint there. Okay, so we need to go here. Yeah, see this path through the trees right here? Watch. Can't get through. Finished. Now, if you were doing this and you still have more to do, the way to get around the tree is to hop, hop, otherwise get off your mount. But the grove is done. Here's another one. Okay, so if we go back to our divinity reach again. For some strange reason, when you use the scroll, it thinks it's a weapon and it arms you with it. So we go back to here. And we do this one. So our next one is Radisum. This one is pretty straightforward. There's only one hard jump puzzle in the whole game. And one kind of... if you had to rate hard jump puzzles, one is like a 9 out of 10 complex. And it's the very first one you'll do. So you begin... This city is all about threes. Everything's in threes. So we're going to go to quadrant number 1 here, first of all. And just get close enough. Then we get the next waypoint. Here's our hardest jump puzzle. So you begin by going up this tree, up to here, up to here. What the idea is to get to that, and then onto here, onto this little branch, onto this guy. Now you need to get up. Whoops, this is where you don't want that to trigger. You need to climb this root. Notice I'm aiming for these kind of flat spots. And you can get up here. And then you're there. And by the way, that took me a while to get this pattern down. Okay. Done. But you go back to the direction you're going. Because there's regions just outside of the city you need to go. They're attached to the city. And that's why we have so many portals here. So let's see. That's the Lion's Arch Bridge. No, we don't care. That's not what we want. So we go to our next quadrant. And go inside. So we need to get the POI from the center here.
We think the most basic beliefs. Ever heard of a bridge transforming society?
And we go through here.
Perhaps you remember a little event called the Great Exodus.
Another way. Now, so there's this one here that says Development Lab. That's your home. See? Home. And this will be important as an Azuri to go in. Now, since you have no glider or mount in this zone, play it safe. Don't try to jump and shortcut things, because that'll just get you killed. Because you can actually go off the edge. So what we're after here is that's just there. See how much between here and here we can trigger it? We're done. Don't go walking back. Just exit the zone. Now, the next one over here is a SNAF. We will do that one. That's another external piece. There's 4 external, 3, 4, can't remember. This one's easy. Done. So next one would be, now you can do this, you can go to the anchorage, but there's a different route I used because it is more convenient. So we go and do the next triangle. And we go through and we go over here. So what we have here is downside quaves, which is what we want.
Did you hear about that horrible
Okay.
reactor explosion?
So we start on this side of the map instead of this side of the map. The right side instead of the left side. Right? Because then we can just go in an arc like this.
Ooh, I heard you could
So
capture
this one,
processed
yes, you can have your mount.
Impressive.
Just be careful. You can kill yourself here. So we get the waypoint. Okay. And you can fall in the water, so careful. So the way to get up this is first set of boxes. Up to the second box. Third box. Onto the fourth box. Onto that one. Onto the roof of the boat. Now this is one you do not have to get completely up there. There you go. Okay. Now, you could walk over and pop out at the portal if you wished. Or you come back here because we need to... So we've done applied. We've done SNAF. We've done the water. Okay. Downside and the anchorage here are the same thing. They're just each side. But we need to do the this one here, the idea. The annoying people. So we can go like that. It's free. And we go down here. We need to go to idea. One of these. There it is. Incubation. And in this one, we can have a mount. Now, you can only go so far down this path, and then the guards will get annoyed at you. But that doesn't matter. We don't need to go that far to trigger it. And then we go back out. Now, if we look at our map, we can see we've got idea, we've got the port, we've got the SNAF, and we've got the applied. We've got them all on the outside. So, and then we've got this corner, and this corner. Okay? Now that just leaves the council chamber. And then we have to go down.
Interested in something specific?
Now, this is funny. I triggered one that's below us. Technically, I shouldn't have. But, yeah, sometimes it happens. Okay, so now notice that it's at the center here. Watch what happens when I go forward. Oh, nope, it moved. I think they should fix that cosmetic there. Okay, so now we get to go downstairs. Okay, the way to go downstairs is see these ramps? They're at each corner, basically.
Operation successful.
Okay, again, 1, 2, 3. So we'll begin with this one. This is all crafting areas. So trigger the center one. Trigger the edge.
I'm not at liberty.
Trigger the edge. Now we have to get the Vista here. I think it's on the cooking machine. Is it on this one? Is it? No, it's on that one. Okay, sorry. So we'll go to the next quadrant. Now this right here in the future is an ideal place also for crafting. Because everything's here. The market, banks, everything, and the crafting zones are nearby. So this is actually a pretty logically laid out. So we go down here. We do the center. We do this outer. And we do this outer.
How does the Eternal Alchemy treat you this fine day?
Like
So,
a cog wedged into a broken tooth on the main flywheel.
So be careful. You fall off real easy on this one. Now, don't jump it from here. It doesn't work very well. You need to jump it from here. See what happens when you miss? And this is what I hate about the camera in and out. Now, come on.
The hullabaloo around this year.
Let's try this. Usually I get this one on the first try, but I'm just falling off the damn track.
With a background in synergetics?
Not at the moment, but those types of positions tend to be very fluid. Check back later.
Ah, almost had it. Around the corner again.
Uprising of 84.
How could I forget? I spent 2 days
There we go.
hanging by my ears from a signpost.
You should have known
There we go.
to ask for directions.
And we should have 3 of 5. Okay. Now there's one more section to do. And that one only has one POI. That one right there. Now we need to go down again, another layer. What you're looking for here to go down is not these upstairs like this, but you need to go down the side here to these little notches and then down this stair. Now for this guy, just get near the big robot. Done. Then you get that. Over the glass bridge. Around the corner. This way. Trigger another one. Around the corner. Okay, this particular vista is a bit tricky because you can overshoot it real easily. Like that. Just go back to the map and go to the bottom layer. And where was I? I was doing that one, I think. And just teleport back in. Yeah, getting onto the triangle and not overshooting it is annoying.
You will be terminated. Reset.
What in the alchemy was that about?
Good day, citizen. Carry on.
So try this again. That's annoying. This is fucking annoying. See, if the glam glider could be just turned off, it would be fine. Because I would have landed on correctly. But no, I don't get that option. If I had to ask for a feature in this game Turn the stupid glider off. Try this again. And the other problem is camera keeps getting in the way. See? Fuck. Ah, come off it. See, so I don't want the damn glider turning on. Man. I would have done this like the first time if the glider hadn't gone off. Another frickin' run at it. That what makes that one so frickin' annoying is it's so easy to trick the damn glider. As a starting character, you won't have this problem because you won't have the glider. Oh, come off it. Now I cut short. Uh, 19th time is a charm. Come on.
They don't act.
Finally. I meant to land on the triangle, but I didn't do it. Okay. To get out of here, now we use a port. Okay. Scroll back out again. Okay, so we now need to go over the glass bridge. It's the last one. Trigger that. And trigger the double here. Okay. This is one where if you can't get up that, I can on some characters. The other route is over here. Just climb this piece here and view. But you can get over the front if you can manage it. Okay, map. So we are short 1 point. Okay, so where is it? Down here. We missed one down there. Auxiliary study rooms. Okay. Yeah, the red thing here. Done. Now we're going to go to the terriblest one to do. And that is Black Citadel. The first time you do Black Citadel, it is horrible to do. Come on, come on, there we go. Put it away, it's not. Okay. Up you go. Go to the portal. People here. F it. Outside it. Block it. So Black Citadel is really convoluted. It makes doing Radasuma easy. Okay, first thing out of the gate, go back as if you're going to exit. Your first point. Okay, then you're going to go to your home district, which is here on the right. Get close enough to get an instance. You're not going to have a mount. But luckily there's nothing really in here that can kill you. So, you come over here and you go first through this tent. There you go. Then you run down here. It's not that you're going up this ramp, you're just going over it to this side. Your first one's on the left. There's a tunnel. Right here where the lights are. You need to go up the ramp a bit. It might look like it's on your level, but it actually isn't. It doesn't trigger unless you get high enough up. There. Now your exit is actually there. So, like so. Those are all, those, as I said on the left, those are all events that are, world boss events and stuff that are happening. So, come over here, climb up. If you trigger the one, get on the barbecue, get on the fence, walk the fence so you can get around it. Then go down here, jump, jump, and walk out. Trigger. Then go over there. You can see the opening. Right where that gun is. You go in here. You have to go in a ways because it doesn't trigger. There. You're done. Leave. Okay. Okay, now we can go up this ramp. Now the first thing you're going to do is what's known as the ammo dump. Now technically it's above us in that thing, but if you go under here, you trigger it. Okay, that's the ammo dump. Next we're going to do is this scrapyard, but first we make sure we grab this waypoint. And then we go over here, around this, to that waypoint over there. And then the route to the scrapyard is through here. There is a quest in the storyline involving the dragon egg, or sorry, the scale egg. You don't actually have to go in the lava. You just have to get very close to the lava. Just note that. Okay, but you pass the frozen kitty. Yeah, apparently each city has one of those. There's one in the Grove. There's one here. I think I found the one in the Norn City. Go around the rubble pile here. There's your vista. Now you could flash back to the teleporter, or I just gonna go run it. See if I can stop getting caught on the fence here. Safety first, don't want to fall off. I haven't figured out the frozen kitty yet. It's just a block of ice that meows all the time. Got to be something. Okay. Now, you want to go through here to the horn. That's another one. Okay. Then you want to go around here. We're going to skip the center area for the moment. We're going to do stuff on the outside first. So you make, if you fail to get that waypoint over there, get it now. And we're not going in there just yet. Okay, the next hardest spot to find is called Bane. It's the arena. So we get this waypoint. And we go, and this elevator. This is Bane. What they call Bane. This is where you get another waypoint. And I think some sort of competition crap fighting happens here. I'm not 100% sure. Come back out. Now we go onto the bridge here to the gate. Okay. Now, there are two routes. I don't know where the exact... I think in Bane, there is an elevator that leads down to the bottom here. And then I know in the garden area, there's another elevator that leads down, which is the one we're going to use to get out. But since I have the glider, I am just going to play the fudgy game, like so. Now, glider wouldn't last, so we're going to just fall for a while. Fall. Blink. Yeah, as you fall, you build stamina back up in your glider. Okay, X. So, here's our first waypoint. There's 2 of them in here. Okay, we come. Now, on that top of that little hill right there, there's a vista. This is where Raptor really helps, but you got to jump just right. Like so. Go around it, like so. Like so. Find that flat piece. A little bit of a leap. Onto the ledge. And I've done this in the first try. Whoopee. Sometimes I overshoot and fall off. So, that's another waypoint. Back onto our Raptor. Now, there's a POI here that is hard to spot because it's not really obvious how you get to it. So you go like this. We're going to stick to looking at the right side here. And we go up here. Also, as a hunter, I think you can get a whipper here for a juvenile. But if you look around the map, you see there's a slice right in the hill here. Right here. Yeah, believe it or not, there's a POI in here. I missed this the first time. It took me a while to find it. Now here, we need to get around. So this is another terrain idiocy right there. So I could probably have gone around the other way, but who cares? Okay, so next one to do is, this is a harder jumping puzzle. It's not that hard, but there's a catch to one piece of it that will throw people off. So it's up here, up here, up here, up here. Now that piece of rock that's sticking down gets in the frickin' way all the time. Depending on your character height. See? So one way I've found to do it is you get up on that rock, or you see if you can achieve it this way. Yeah, there we go. 2 ways of doing it. So you go around the board here, up, whoops, damn it, overshot. Let's try that again. Now I'm making dumb mistakes. Yeah, that curvy pieces on them tend to knock your character off. So let's go like this. Here we go. And up. Over. Do not go on, glider. After you get through this piece, it's easy. Now it's just walking tight ropes. Well, beams. So you go like that. Another beam coming up. Up this beam. Another beam coming up. Whoa. Careful, William. There we go. One viewpoint. One vista, I should say. We've cleared 3 of 5 vistas, so we're missing 2 vistas. Oh, I know where there might be. I got that vista. There's one right here. So there's that one there, and I think there's another one. I got one here. Yeah, I got that one. Okay, where is it? Oh, here. Okay. We're about to get our 4th vista. Jump, glide. We're after that waypoint way up ahead. You can practically clear the rocks, but you better start considering coming down. Okay, mount. So this elevator, you can use it to come here. But there's another one at the other end that gets you down too. So in here, what we're going to do,
Never get emotional in a fight.
get our verse vista. Actually, I usually don't do it this way, but...
I learned to know it's weapon.
Okay, so we got that. What we need now is the waypoint. Should be around here somewhere. There it is. Okay. I think, as I said, I think from Bane you can get down to the bottom. I think there's another elevator in Bane. But anyway, we've done this, so we need to get back out. So I'm just gonna hop. So now we're gonna do the crafting area. So we'll go back over here. No, wrong side. We need to go on the other side. I'll show you why. So there's our another vista. Jump onto the glass. Get off our mount. Here we go. Okay, vistas are complete. Now in here, you don't have to climb all the way in. There you go. Now there's an unobvious one. It took me a while to figure this one out. So when we get this waypoint right here, keep going down here, but hang a tight left here to this little narrow piece. There's a POI that took me a while to figure out how to get to. I missed this little corridor so easily. Okay. Now we have to go back up the ramp because we have to go visit the statues about halfway up. So there's our another waypoint. And then what we want to do is go up here, but we don't want to go completely topside. We need this area with the glowy yellow stuff. There we go, another POI. Now we can climb completely to the top. Like so. Now, for example, there's our Bane elevator. Now we can go back to the center and do the center. This is the one that'll drive you nuts because it's multi-layer. So where these lights are, you go into the center. And almost the first thing you want to do is hang a tight turn. Not tight enough. And go in here to the stockade.
Hey, Char.
Because there's a POI in the stockade. So you crawl down, stockade. There we go. Done. Come back out of the stockade. Go back up the ramp and get on your mount again. Okay. Now we have to go up the ramp. There's, I think, a waypoint up here. And then we have to go higher. There we go. We tripped the waypoint. Now we need to go up the ramp again.
Well said.
Hardly. This is the
Okay.
greatest city in the world. And it's only going to get greater.
Now, what we're doing is the Tribune offices. And this one is the most obvious. It's easy to do. You just go into the entrance. But there was another one that took me, the ash one, that took me a long time to figure out. So you just go in. There we go. Done. And the command central was another one that threw me off for a little bit. These big red doors is what really threw me. I didn't realize they were doors. And you have to get rather close to them to trigger the hello, I'm a door instance thing. So here's the central command. And you have to go up and then around. Now you can do a mountain here. Now there's a terrain glitch, a big one right here. Yeah, I'll show you if you're walking. Let's say you come around and you're hogging this side. See? Yeah. Stupid glitch. You have to come in on the left side. Then you go like that. You do that one. There's your 2 in here. And then you can leave. Okay. Now the ash guy. This one threw me off. I didn't realize that this was a door. I would go by it and I wouldn't trigger this because I wasn't close enough. We go in, you hang a turn. By the way, if you stray into those red areas on the thing, you'll get kicked. So try to stay in the open part of the map. Now you can leave. 12, 17, 5. We should trigger the finish map. There we go. Okay, so if we go back to Divinity Reach, the terrace. Okay. Now if we go back upstairs to the portal, we'll see we've done all the cities.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
So, Helbrak, Grove, Sun, Black Citadel. We've done them all. Now this can also send you... we haven't actually done Lion's Arch. See? Nothing there. Well, one port. Now, Lion's Arch is not a particular city for a particular race, like the others are. Yeah, whatever. So, X map. Okay. So again, my usual clockwise approach to this. Now there should be, I think if I remember correctly, yeah, right in here. And then there is a center area where all the portals are. Like so.
No fanfare necessary.
Okay, then we want to go to the center area. Is it this or this? There. See that vista on the by the cart? Right there? What you want to do, come off on this side. Come over here, skip the first branch, come to the middle branch. Okay. What you're doing is climbing the edge, getting on the blue, and I managed to do it, I think. There we go. I'm surprised. This one usually takes me a couple tries to do. Okay, in the center of the blue here is a POI. Okay, so we've got the Eastern Ward, we've got that. What we want to do is probably go through the Eastern Ward and pop out through the other door. And I'm going to show you a secret chest. Well, I'm going to show you a couple of them. But they involve very complex jump puzzles. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. We can do a vista right now. So if we go down here, see the one that's hanging on the water? And then onto the barrel. Whoops. Onto the beam. No, cut it out. See, we don't want that. This city has trickier jump puzzles. There we go. Let's just back up a little bit. There we go. And we go off here, and then very carefully walk off the end of the beam. There we go. Okay. We're now going to get this one. This is not in the water, believe it or not. It looks like it, but it is not. There's actually another one in this thing, but we're going to get to it later. Okay. Now, normally what you're supposed to do is you talk to this guy. He gives you a weird-looking gun, and you can actually target that island and get onto that island. But we have a glider. Done. Okay. And your glider has enough oomph to get you back to the shore without even getting your toes wet. Now, in that lake, if you're a hunter, you'll find the... I think you can get the junior armored fish and possibly the junior jellyfish. One of the junior jellyfish. But in our case, we are going to go over here. So this port here, this wave thing, also is a hint that there is a gate over here. I think it's over here. No, not this one. There is one where a lot of times there's a gate on the end, like a place to go. So you're going to get knocked off your mount in a moment here. It's going to warn you, see? So this is not only a POI, it also is a treasure chest, if you want to know it. So if we go in here, down here, and we have to oops. And then we have to jump. Whoops. William's not paying attention to what he's doing. No, the damn camera's swinging back and forth out on me. There we go. And then we have to onto the pillar. Onto this one. Oh, you cut it out! Ah! See what I mean about piss off glider? Gets in the frickin' way all the time. Cut it out. It thinks it's rescuing me and it's not. And this is where we need a toggle. Ah, damn it. This is probably one of the hardest jumping puzzles in the whole city. Come on. Up, up, up. Over. Up. Oh, come on. Cut it out. I would have been just fine without the damn glider. Cut it out. Oh, cut it out. It makes me overshoot. Ah, come on. I spent too much time on this frickin' thing. It's worth doing, but it's just horribly painful to do. It's getting over this initial hurdle. Cut it out. Ah! It double opened. Fucking off. Stupid shit. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Ah! Finally. Cut it out. No glider. Okay. There we go. It's very hard to see these subtle changes in the rock. There we go. We're not even done yet. As I said, this is like one of the worst jump puzzles you've ever seen in your life. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Da-da! One splendid chest. 16 tries later. So this is what you got in it. I swear I have more fragments. These are all resources. This is unknown stuff. We will go like this, and that gets put into your resource thing. Now we come back out. We don't have to go all the way back down that way. We can come out here. This is why they don't allow mounts. We should be able to get back on soon. Come on. There we go. Okay, there's a vista up there. Relatively straightforward jump. What you have to do is go like this. And I believe it is just, yeah, like that. Then around the corner, up, 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 up. There we go. Okay. Then there's a PoE at the doorway here. I think this is PvP arena. Not 100% sure. Okay, we have to get that one that's going to lead to a gate to another zone. So if we go down here, that one over there. Now if you go down here, you'll see that it leads to Lawrence Pass. I think there's 3 of these gates in each triangle of the thing. One in the north, one in the southwest, and one in the southeast. Okay. Okay. On top of the bridge, over the edge into the park.
Give flowers to show you mean it.
Then we go around the corner here.
Hi there.
This PoE, POI. Okay. Okay, there is. Okay, now this leads to another hidden treasure and a very nasty pirate who has a great attitude. So you jump over that, walk through the leaves, a little hopping to get over the humps in the terrain, around the corner, through more leaves, and then you come out in this little valley, go around the rock, up the face, up the jump, here, 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 here. There's our nasty voice of the pirate. Okay, when you come to the teeth of the skull here, right, you want to jump so that you kind of go down this way. If you jump over here, you're going to kill yourself. There you go. So now you want to get out of the water, up onto here. And we follow the path around. Azure are actually quite jumpy, so it kind of helps being on one of them. So you go all the way over here, and it'll start getting dark. Okay. What you're after, you can talk to the spirits and that. What you're after is to pay attention to the torches on the wall. So if we go completely around, and you can see a glow right there. There, we cut through the wall. Hidden wall. Now we go around. Somewhere over here is another wall. Somewhere around here. I missed it. It's around here somewhere. There. Okay, got it. Then there's another one. There. Got it. So now we come to the hard part. This is probably a very annoying because if you die, you have to spawn all the way back at one of those waypoints and do this all over again. So you go up here on the waterfall, climb on these rocks. Be very careful here so you don't fall off. Now, if you have a pet and you're a hunter, stow it. They get in the way. Up here, and up here. This leads to hidden stairs. Now you get punctured.
To survive this path, you must follow the directions exactly. Now,
the trick here is to stop between the gaps where these torches are, right? You won't get hit by spears like that. If you really get ho, hit your health button, usually number 6. Usually I can do the spears without getting... This one you just have to wait till they all retract. Haha. Now this is a piss off one.
bet you didn't see that one coming, eh?
See? I've yet to avoid that one. We're done practically with the spears, almost. Let's heal. Again, this is one, wait till they all start retracting. You have to wait for all the ones that behind you to start retracting. There we go. Okay. Now we come to a really bad part of the puzzle. This part. You're tempted to... What you want to do on here is go on... Oops. William, be careful. So you want to go... onto here. Onto here. So that you can get onto that rock there. Okay. Now this becomes the part where I lose it. Okay. Lucky. Okay, we made it. But that little bit there has killed me more than you can know. Okay. Straightforward. Now it becomes the blind man's bluff. You think you got it, but... Whoops. Went too far. What I'm after here is... Okay, so what we have to do... There is a place to land over there, but I can't see it just quite yet. That one's a tricky one because I don't know the jump distance. I just need him to turn the lights back on. There we go. Okay. And I need to know the edge, but I can usually get to the other ones because of the shadow. If you're having issues with this place, adjust your gamma. You can fudge it if you adjust your gamma settings. Oops, fell off. Gah! Now that I know kind of where it is. That laugh just will drive you to drinking. Come on, give me the light. Okay. Okay, let me light. Back up a little bit. Believe it or not, you have to jump for this one. And then you have to jump for this one. And then it's this one.
A good captain can sail in the blackest of nights.
No, this is the trick I don't remember without seeing the light. Oh, very careful, William. We know what we have to jump to, but I need to know how close I could get to it.
How about a little moonlight for navigation?
There we go.
You've come to the final
Okay.
test. Dead man's
See the torches? Green, blue, yellow. It's yellow.
will have to come to me.
Here we go. Now you need to get out of here. So what you want is to find the opening. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Nope. There it is. Again, there's a terrain thing there. Magnificent chest. There we go. So, we got 2 of those. And we got 1 of those. And some of those. Now, he'll drive you nuts trying to say you can't get out of here. But what you're looking for is actually the opening over here. Here we go. Now, his second mate or whatever, first mate, is over here. Now, this guy carries some good early gear. See? For a reasonable amount of karma. So, if you needed, you know, it's all level. It should come up here. It should do this puzzle when you're actually level 40 or higher. But I must warn you, once you get one of these things, you can't salvage it, can't get rid of it, can't sell it, can't do anything. You have to trash it once you've gone through it. Now, to get out of here, go here. Whee! Plonk.
The world is falling apart. This city will be the safest.
So that's the pirate puzzle. Okay, this is the fort. Oh, we missed a piece. See that building with the... we have another building we have to go up. I think it's around the corner, actually. See the vista up there and the thing? Yeah, there we go. So there's another gate. I think that leads to... coast? Actually, then there's 4. Yeah, Blood Tide Coast. Usually what I do when I'm on a character is I'll go far enough in to trigger the first waypoint. That way I have access to those zones. Might be in the wrong area to be in, but I'll have access to them. So, we have the... this is where all the mist gates are and everything else related to it. So we go here and get that one. We go down the stairs and we get this POI. So if you look, these Azura gates are Lucidium Sanctum Portal, for example, Edge of the Mist Portal. You get the idea. They're dealing with mists and fractals, I think, mostly. We go through here, and then over here. Did I miss any POIs over there? I got that one, I got that one, I got this. There's one on the bridge over there. I'll get it later. So what we want here is... we'll just take a jump down. That one. Okay, occasionally you're going to get this on the screen over here. It just means it thinks the zone is unoccupied, but I just went through the mists area portals and it's full of people. I think that is just bull crap. It's triggering that. And I've had it in places where it's triggered, like the Wizard's Tower, for example. I've had it trigger like every 10 minutes. And there's piles of people in there all the time. So I don't know what they're getting on, what is going on. Must be some sort of bug or something in that thing. Okay, our next vista. Don't fall off. This is a very, very tall building. This is the lighthouse. And yes, you can fall asleep climbing up this thing. Dun, 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 dun. You need elevator music. You know they golems have an elevator music track? There's also up here what's called a Dive Master achievement. Now remember, when you do these achievements across, and you have multiple characters, it only counts once. But that means that you could have multiple characters working on achievements at the same time. Yeah, it gets skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. So here's your dive goggles. And there's your diving board. But here's our view. Okay. Now, this is where I was talking about stuff in the water. So we know that there's this, there's this, there's this. So let us this is why I say, yeah, see, juvenile armor fish. There's that one. And then there's one over here, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Okay, when you're first doing your underwater stuff, this bar isn't populated. So what I usually do as defaults, I just throw all these guys in. There we go. Because they have passives that really help. There, juvenile blue jellyfish. So you can get the blue jellyfish and the armored fish in here. In theory, there's supposed to be a shark in here too, but I've never found it. Okay. Yeah, and the harbor is very friendly because there's no red monsters in here. Even the shark is friendly. There's even a dolphin in here, see? Although I'm kind of surprised they didn't put more juvenile armorfish. Yeah. So as a hunter, here's a place to get a couple of pets. There. Not all vistas are above high up. Some are low. Like this one. Now, according to this, there's this one here. That is actually a village of the underwater dwellers, Quaggins. The guys with a very friendly look. Yeah, Quaggin. Okay. So, this is where I'll flash now to the bridge. Okay, so we need this way. There's that one. Now along the left side of my screen, there's some more stuff. POIs. So I have to go this way. Because there's one on what looks like a weird piece of boat. That thing over there. Yeah, I'm not far enough. I need more. So we have to go down. This.
You knew it. Gonna be a long one, pal.
Since we're pals and all, how about you sign me out so I can hit Trader Jake's early?
Okay. Then there's a port up there. But there's also a what do you call it? POI. There you go. There. And then down here. Right here. Okay. So okay, so we're here. So we've got this stuff here, this and here. So we'll do the vista first. Now this vista is unobvious how you do it. You think you go up all this wood all the way to the top and you get on, right? No, you don't. You actually have to make a really weird jump here. What we're trying to do is make the jump over to... I hate when I go forward, but I don't jump.
This isn't a good time.
Like so. And then back onto the rock, like so. And then onto the roof, like so. On the roof, you go like so. And you're up here. That covers that. Then we go get this waypoint. Now, we'll go down this piece here. This is some sort of grotto. Just jump over it. There, like that. Then go through the tunnel. Hang left, go down the beach. Here we go. Now, see this red dot? There's a passage underwater that leads to a place that leads into that cave. And that's an ectoplasm vendor sitting under there. Okay.
Ahoy.
Now, I think, and I'm not 100% sure because I can't remember, I think I've only done it once, there might be another small chest up there somewhere, and there's another complicated jump puzzle, but I'm not going to do it. So, in this case... we want to go all the way down here. Now, Skrit, our favorite little buggers, well, there were all these shinies.
Is that a threat?
So we go down here. And in here is actually a very special place. First we go get this. Oops, too high, too far. By the way, doing that one particular one first few dozen times and always falling off. Okay, what's up here is actually all the holiday vendor stuff. So if you forgot to turn in something or wish to get something from a previous holiday event or whatever, They're here. Super Adventure boxes, Dragon Bash vendor, Four Winds, Sovereign. You get the idea. Halloween vendor. But at the very top of here, and this one I haven't figured out myself, the tri-key chest. Not sure about that. I'm going to have to do some reading on that.
This is for you.
So that gets you a POI and a Vista out of this cave. Okay, we climb up here. This is called the Commodore area. Whoops, we overshot. We need to go up this one. And there is, this is where you can get an achievement. This guy here, I believe it is. Yeah, he's after these stupid little bugs. There's like 25 of them, something you have to kill to get this bug killing achievement. This building here is the secret society of the secret people. What they call themselves. Not the Vigil and not the Pyre, but the spy people.
When was the last time you know, without backup?
So, okay, there's that one. I've never been in here. Captain Kyle's office. Okay, so we have another, what looks like thing. So, another vista. We have to climb up here. We're going up to a terraced restaurant, basically. Way up here. First time I did this one, took me a while to figure out how to do it. But, you come over here, jump on the table. Not over jump. Try again. There we go. Up the rope onto the canopy. Walk the canopies. No! And stop it doing that. Try this again. What we're after here is to tight walk the rope here. Just like so. And that gets us one vista left. Okay, so we got the vista. There is a point right there. Yes, we can raft her. Doesn't matter. What we're after over here is one POI I missed. It's in this area. There we go. We have 24, 26 POIs. We have 13 waypoints and 10 vistas. So we need a vista and 2 POIs. Okay, so where are they? There's our 2 POIs. We still need a vista. Over here, we missed the undiscovered vista. So let's go get the vista. I knew I missed a building over here. Okay, I was right here. So, from the waypoint, come over to this face of rocks. A little bit of a jump puzzle, not by much. Here we go. Come around the building. Up the stairways. Onto the wood. And there you go. Now, Since we had 2 in the center court that we missed, this one. So we need the traders thing. We're almost done. So those are the last 2. So there is, I think, 1 in the frog pond. There's a pond over here. Yeah, right there. This one right here. And then there's 1 in that building over there. This is, by the way, the where the black traders are. Done. So now this tune has done every city, every waypoint in those cities, every POI in those cities, every vista in those cities. And to boot, in this particular city, we got ourselves 2 secret treasures. Now, I'm pretty sure there's more. I've discovered, even after playing a while, there's actually secret tunnels and other crap underneath, if you know where to look for them. Like just finding the tunnel, for example, for the ectoplasm guy was a bit difficult. Still is. And don't think that because a piece of plant or whatever is sitting there draped over some rock face there's rock behind it. There might be a tunnel behind it. Same underwater. If you find seaweed hanging down or something like that, just push against it. You might actually go through into a tunnel or an area. So. So if we go up here, and this is where the vault is. Okay, yeah, sure. Give me a vault keeper.
I offer the best prices around.
So we got one of those yellow ones. And we got a map, a level 1 map. See how many number 1 maps I have? There's a 2 map and there's a 4 map. I dearth of 3 maps. Like third part. So there's that yellow. So it happens to be a shaman one. So these are relics. These are medallions. These are sigils. And these are runes. And these are seals. So different levels. So seals 50 level. 60 levels for runes. 60 for these sigils. These medallions are 65. There are 80 level versions of these things too. And these guys are the really low end. But these minor sigils, these green sigils versus these sigil, this sigil, you can make these sigils, but you cannot put multiples in the same piece of equipment. And there are others. There's quests I haven't even started. For example, this. And there's all these different currencies. By the way, if you want infinite weapons, there is a vendor in that other building, the one, the black guy, black what do they call them? Black Line Trading Company, that will exchange these. And part of his exchange is there's 2 sets of
everything you need right here.
Tools, infinite tools. One is the really basic tool, and one's a more fancier tool, but they do not have the glyphs in them. You have to get the glyphs separately. But you can do it. It takes 45 of these to do one tool. So 90, 135 of these will get you a set of infinite harvesting tools. Also, these guys here, when you use it, if you just do the thing that changes your look, but you don't do the name change, you'll get a separate name change a token.
Live well.
I don't think I have it visible. And like me, if you're at this level, we should talk a bit about masteries. Masteries are cross account. So I've been working on Central Tyria and
Interested in something
Heart of
specific?
Thorns in order to get gliding. So you just have to get glider basics. That's why you need to go to Heart of Thorns, is so you can get Mastery Point 1 and then all the XP for this and trigger it. And when you get glider basics, you get a glider. Let's see. Then Secrets of the Obscure. This is where you... there are two methods to get a flying mount. This method through here, or this method through here. I think this is the two. I can't remember... because one is a really hard way to do it, and it takes a lot of effort. You have to get 3 major achievements, like masteries. And this one, what you have to do is get
seize the moment.
Stuff for the trainer. So I'm up to the saddle, the last piece. Okay? And so far I've only got 1. My problem is I don't have enough Stardust at the moment. So if you go back again to currencies, there is a currency in here. Not static charges. Not rift. It's pinch. Where is it? Carnary research notes, Astral, Acclaim, Antica Duca, badges, geodes, bandit keys, airship parts, pack crowbars. You need these guys, by the way, for opening chests, certain things up in Thorns. Provisioner, static. There, pinches of dust. I only have 66. I need actually, I think, 300 more. So this guy here, like 2 of these things or 3 of these things would cause pinches of dust, and the other ones need some sort of essence. I can't remember what it is.
The ocean is a beast.
Seek and you shall find.
But once one character gets access to all this, right, the other characters can too. So for example here, if we go back to we want to go back to here again. This is like our root hub here. There's a place called the Wizard's Tower. So if we go up here,
I carry only the highest quality.
So in order to get this one and be able to go to it, when you do story journals and you do Secrets of the Obscure, this is like the wrong character to show it on. Let me switch characters to the one that I can actually show this to you on. But only one character has to do this. Is that the ranger? Yeah, okay. I think it's this one that has it. And while we're waiting, I am going to Control C, Control, whoops, Control Z, Control C. No, come on. Control C, Control V, 0. And Control C, Control V, 4, 15. I'm just putting stuff in my spreadsheet. Otherwise, I have no idea which characters are doing what. Okay, so we go to this guy's story mode. Yeah, so here, Secrets of the Obscure. Right? I've done all these chapters. You have to complete chapter 6 on at least one character. When you complete chapter 6, and you now go here, and we say outside Central, travel to the Wizard's Tower. You will get a temporary scale flying mount, but I can tell you it's a pain in the ass because the stamina bar runs out so quick, and you need some masteries to make the mount more usable right away, and it takes time. So the tower has two halves. It has a south half and a north half. The north half is what I'm going to here. If we look at the map, so by default, the south side opens up occasionally every time a meta event here, this one. Unlocking the Wizard's Tower. When you go through all this and you get a big group of people and you do it all, this door will open up and you get a whole bunch of chests that you can access temporarily, blah, blah, blah. And that's how you get into the south part. But in order to get to the north part, where all the crafting and everything else is, you have to do the quest. Now, I said masteries for the flying mount because you get a temporary one. So in flight training, you begin Who Rescues Hume to start out. Right? That gets you the file. This one, you need. It's an annoying one, but you need it. And then this one you need. Because you'll see in the sky these wisps of air going up, and you need it to boost your stamina back up to full again and climb higher. Otherwise, it's like really annoying. So right now I'm working on this, but as you can see, I only have 2 of these at the moment. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that one. And Rising Spirits, I need that many. But the real goal I'm working for is actually on this tree. I want to get to this. I can open the lesser chests up, and they always contain a lot of loot, but I want the greater ones because they're supposed to be just fabulously loaded with crap all the time, and they respawn every time. Like, they're not on fixed schedules. And the other thing too, when you do a zone switch with that dialogue that's over here on the left, it can reset chests and everything too. So, and if you're wondering, here, one mount, flying mount. And this is what I mean. See the blue bar down here? You consume energy, and then you can reset it a bit by consuming stamina. So for example, I lift. Look how fast the energy is going. This is more of a helicopter beast than anything else. I'm stuck. If I want to go higher, I can go like this. Now I can climb again. But it only works so far because you can only restore so much energy. And then if you hit the C key, you go downward. It's like, as I said. The biggest problem I have with this mount is it's too clingy. You can brush by a tree and all of a sudden it clings to a tree when you didn't want it to cling to a tree. So it's real annoying. And then there's a whole zone when you open this up. So I've done stuff in here. I have to continue in here. Amethyst. I've gotten all the mastery points you can get. There's lots of them in these zones. And you can actually see them, and they're very annoying because they're usually on tower edges and stuff like this. I'm not sure why they're not showing up. Ah, there. So here, mastery point earned already. I've already gotten this. So this map alone had, I don't know, there's another one there. There. You get the idea. They're all over. Getting up those towers, holy crap. Without the updraft thing, it's really hard. There's these balls that float in the sky, and if you follow them, they recharge you and then boost you, and you can climb higher and keep going until you run out of balls. But they also give you 2450 XP for every ball. So if you're if you target those, and you need to fill this bar up, you just do rounds of this. And the best place to do this is actually in right here. So this is the Skywatch Archipelago. I need to get over here because that's where the rest of my mastery points are hiding. Now, when you complete, I think, a storyline or chapter, you'll get a mastery point also. So when I complete the next one, I'll get at least one mastery point. If I can get over to that area, I can get a bunch of more mastery points. And a lot of these mastery points, you don't have to fight anything or whatever. You just have to, what they call, commune. You go, and you get the point. But see that glowy thing right up there? Right there. That is what charges your scale. So let's see, we're about under it. There, so like that. Since you run out of energy so fast, as soon as you land, you can recharge. So this is like doing a circuit. And this is what I mean too clingy. I didn't mean to land on that. So you go like this, and you go like this. You climb. You go for this one. And you climb. And you climb. You won't make it to this one. You might make this one. Nope. So you cling to the wall. You recharge up. This is where doing these, you need this wall. Then you go up. You can't make that one. So it's back to the wall. Charge.
I can't believe this plan is finally working. The worst is yet to come. Forging
we're
the
gonna
key
climb
is
up.
going to pull a lot from you. There are dangers that come with that. I've survived worse. It's gotta be done.
So that blabbing you're hearing is the
might as
start
well
of the
get
meta
to
event for opening the South Tower. Oh, by the way, the contents of the loot of the 7 or 8 chests that it spawns after you're all done is directly proportional to how you participated in the meta. If you really participated heavily and stuff like that, you'll get a lot of shit. If you didn't, you get only a few items. So there's no cheating the system, so to speak. So now what you do this one is you just rise like an elevator. Like that. This zone is aggravating in this sense because you have to do a lot of this. So there's 3 dots down here. So we're going to go... Oh, do I line up just right? I did. I think these ones actually... Yeah, that's right. This row bends outward. So then we go like this. We go around the tower because there's another... Avoiding that column. Okay, up. Up. So you do that run, and then you go over here. I need to do this anyway because I have to get the XP. If you go at a downward angle, you keep the energy. As soon as you start climbing, you're in trouble.
I just can't understand.
Or level flight.
The village was one of the safest interior. And now...
Skip those. Go for the column first. Because the column's, like I said, like an elevator. You just climb at it. Now go for the lower ones. This is where you don't want to start at the upper dot. You want to start at the lowest dot. And at nighttime, well, nighttime relative to this place, these are a lot easier to see. See, I screwed up. It was not enough energy. Normally I can do this row without having to stop. Watch out also here. Some rocks you can fly through. They look like things you can land on, but you can't land on them. And it only takes a moment of time when you land on one to actually charge yourself up. And the only way to reach the wizard's tower is off the snow area, and that's through these dots and updrafts. And then you head back for the start of it again. So you can see on my bar down there, I must have done about 15%, maybe 20%. And there is a lot of resources gathering here. So see, mithril. Really? Did I have the explosive guy? I didn't even think I did. I thought I had the Choyas on board. Really? Which kit did I have? No, I do have... Oh, she does have the explodey guys. So I get these scrit that come out and chop cheese down. Well, one scrit. And he likes to use dynamite. And he actually blows the resources out of the ground. I always find it amazing that he manages to blow blueberry bushes up and still get blueberries out of it.
Managed to secure most of the beacon. Take a breath if you need to.
So you'll go through a lot of story stuff in here for this part. Another thing, another tip. If you have multiple characters, they can all start different parts of stories. You do not have to do these stories in consecutive order. So in theory, could take another 80 character and start Living World Season 2. All right, but I do have a character that already has this. And I could do another one that says it's going to do Path of Fire. And could do Ice Brood. You get the idea. Secrets of the Scared, Janither Wilds, Visions of Eternity. But you can actually unlock them, and each one can progress, and the others benefit from it. So if you have a tune that you feel it's more, oomphy, not so squishy, like a Necro or something like that, like a Guardian, and you want to use that to advance the storyline, you can.
I found Lear, and he's
Don't forget,
the situation is dire.
This.
Forging the key made him vulnerable to a deep corruption.
My story.
It's wound its tendrils around him. I'll try to untangle it from him, but I can't do it alone. Please, help me save my friend.
Yes. My story, I have it, I think, complete on one tune. And they're different. They're slightly different for everybody. It boils down to you're going to beat a dragon up. And I'm sorry if this is like spoilers, but these are more tips than anything else. Another tip, this is the master list of all your crafting. If one person learns a recipe, we all know about the recipe. So you can go into here and check and say, oh, I haven't activated any disciplines for this guy. So if I was to go to, where's my one with the jewelry? Yeah, okay. So if I go to Lauren, see, there, this one. Now, a long time ago, there was these expansions. I don't see them anymore in the store, but you can get them. Cost gems, where you can get more than the stock 2 crafting spots. So normally a character can only craft two sets, like leatherworking and armorsmith, or artificer and tailor, or something like that. But you can expand it up to 4. But I can warn you one thing: you will not make all characters all maxed out on these things. That won't work because it costs a lot. I did armorsmith yesterday. It cost me a lot of gold to get them to 500, but it was worth it. But I will not raise any other character to armorsmith 500. No frickin' way. Right? But if we go H here and we go disciplines, you can see I have artificer, jeweler, tailor, and everyone gets handiwork, by the way. I should also have leatherworker in here. Yeah, active. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically 5 active because everyone gets handiworker. The handiworker's for your housing. And I better cut it because if I don't, I have to go to work tomorrow now. I'm off holiday. So I hope all these and the walkthroughs of all the cities to get all the spots and everything lined up will help someone.
See the color of your coin.
And the jumping tips and stuff like that. But I am going to call it here, and I think I'll push this up tomorrow. Good night.